Hello everyone and welcome to The Mess. My name is Jake, also known as Plant Gay for Life, and I'm going to do a quick little video of me repotting an anthurium that has been in the same pot for like 2 years, and it's about time he gets into a bigger pot. And I'm talking about this huge pallidiflorum right there. He has 2 growth points, which is why he is so bushy. Now, at a first glance, you might look at him and be like, wow, Jake, what an achievement. Thank you very much. But you'll also notice, upon further inspection, he has some signs of underwatering and water stress right there. And these are new leaves, so yeah, that's not too hot. I don't think I've ever had to treat him for pests. And he can take an underwatering, but I push it a little bit too far. I push him to its limits. So, and by the way, as he's gotten bigger, his root system has gotten bigger in here as well. And because root systems go for the moisture, you know, his roots aren't going to be poking out. The roots are going to stay within the moss. So he's probably just jam-packed in here, and he needs to be up potted. So I'm going to pot him up in this right here. This is my Grammy's pot, one of her pots. This one I got from a friend. This one I got from my Grammy after she passed and we cleared out her house. This was downstairs in her big old plant collection that she had, because she also enjoyed plants. So what I'm going to do is, to avoid all the moss kind of coming out from the sides and stuff, I'm going to use some netting. Are you guys seeing that netting on the sides there? I'm going to use that to keep the moss from essentially flaking out little by little. And do you guys see how right there's roots that are sticking out? Like this one looks like half died off already. Look at that look at that chunk. So yeah, this right here, like that, there's a dead root. You know, that's where the watering stress and the drying out unevenly, that's where the problem is. So we need to fix that. We need to address that. By the way, guys, the reason I have it hanging like this is because in nature, they grow down. They don't climb, they do not grow up. They're not super opportunistic. I mean, he's been in here for 2 years. He's probably only grown that much, but his leaves have sized up quite a bit. So I'm gonna take you guys down here to the floor. Okay, hopefully you can see me. I already have moss here from a previous repotting, so just ignore that. But let's waste no time. Let's take this guy out and see what we are working with. So let's take this hook off, if we can. How did I even get this thing on here? Okay. How did I get that? You know what, can we just rip him out? The fuck is that? Oh well. Well, it's nothing now. Oh! How do I take him out? Because he has been in here for, I think, like at least 2 years, maybe longer. Oh boy. Oh no! Am I going to, like, break him? This is a situation, because he's really in here. I think I'm going to have to just kind of, like a Jenga tower, you know how you pick out the loose bricks first? I think I'm going to take out the loose moss as much as I can, just to kind of loosen him up a little bit on the sides. Because over the years I have inserted moss, I've stuffed moss into the sides to keep him hydrated longer. Because as he's grown, not only has his root system grown and now requires more moisture, his leaves have grown. His leaves have, I think, tripled in size. So, you know, they need more water. This plant needs more water to support those giant leaves. And as they get bigger and bigger, you know, it went from one watering every 1.5 to 2 weeks, which was great. Then it became to, like, you know, watering once a week. And now it's like watering twice a week, and like it's becoming a little bit too high maintenance for my schedule and my care routine. So I am not an over-carer. Is that even, that sounds really weird. An over-carer? Yeah, I like to set plants and just forget about them. That's not the phrase. I like to set it and forget it. I think that's the phrase anyway. So yeah, I'm just taking off all this moss from the outside. Can y'all even see what I'm doing? I don't know. You know what, let me just take this brush and let me push the moss in. If I push the moss in, I'm thinking that will help me squeeze him out from the top. So I've already taken out a considerable amount of moss. Now the moss that is left, I think let me just push it in. Because I think that is what's keeping him from just being able to be pulled out nice and easy. I am honestly surprised that his root system has not tried to escape from this a while ago. I mean, the root system has just stayed pretty small inside this this little basket. By the way, for anyone who's like, oh, what is that? That's pretty. I get questions about these types of baskets. These are called Vanda baskets or orchid pots or whatever. Yeah, they're just wooden baskets. You can get them off Etsy. I see sellers on Etsy sell them. You might be able to get them on Amazon. But get it from a local seller or a small business if you can. There's plenty of other stuff you can get off Amazon. But you might as well get ones that are handmade and look really nice. And that last a long time. Because these are quite pretty, I will say. Whenever my parents come over, they look at this guy and they say, oh wow, that's really cool. I love how that plant just like hangs down. Like, where'd you come up with that idea, Jake? I'm like, oh no, I didn't come up with the idea. That's just how these pots work. You hang them. I really hope I don't hear a snap and it's like, oh no, a whole growth point just comes out. Okay, because he's got 2 giant growth points. And you know what? I actually can see a little bit of root rot and root decay and a little bit of dry rot from the roots that have been exposed to air and have dried out and then got wet again and got a little bit rotted. So, you know, that's why his leaves are starting to look a little bit shitty. So he needs a repot for sure. I actually listed him for sale or trade on Facebook, and then I was like, wait a minute, Jake, no. You'll love this guy. You've had this guy for so long. And you know what? I totally forgot. One of my goals for this guy, because he's at flowering size, he doesn't flower very often, I want to self-pollinate him because I want to make little Vitarifolium babies for people. Because Vitarifoliums, they're just great plants all around. They're great beginner plants. They're great plants for collectors. They've got beautiful, shimmery, iridescent velvet leaves. They're pendant. They're probably right next to Wenlingeri, one of the most beautiful pendant anthuriums. Ugh, I cannot talk to save my life. I just trip over my words. I just talk and I can't talk. Does anyone else have that problem? Like you can't talk because your mouth just trips over the words, like you cannot do it. And you're like, why can't I just speak as fast as my mind is going? I don't know. He probably has roots attached to the pot itself too, so I'm not surprised at all that he is not really budging. This is quite a tedious process, guys, and I'm ruining so many of his leaves. I'm scratching them and bending them, and I'll probably snap a leaf or two before I'm done. Ay, 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 what a mess. What a mess. If I can just push it out to the bottom. I think that's what I have to do. I think I just have to I think he's budging. He's coming out. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, don't break nothing, Don't break nothing, Jake. Oh, I'm getting a cramp. Oh, here he comes. Okay. Oh. Okay. I have an itch. Oh my god, look at all this moss. Even with this repotting station, I'm getting moss everywhere. All right, guys, so let me just show you real quick. In case you can't see, there is the root system on top and then the root system on the bottom. Honestly, you don't really see a whole lot. So this is great because that means that his root system will have plenty more space to grow into with this new pot right here. Okay, So let's get this netting ready for him. Let's take some of this. There's some dead roots in here. You know what? I'll just use fresh moss. You know what? He's an old reliable. He's been in my collection for a long time, so he should get fresh moss. Right. Guys, I just went through a whole thing of this just by repotting one freaking Anthurium. My giant queen that you can't even see, but he's behind me in the windowsill. It's for a future video that's going to happen probably, in the spring, several months from now. I am doing an experiment trying to grow warqueanums of varying sizes in ambient conditions. Absolutely no high humidity or anything, just my no drainage system. And the methods that I've used over the years. I haven't had Warrocks in a while, up until a few months ago when I started this experiment. So yes, I'm excited to see how that video turns out. So first things first, guys, I'm adding a little bit of a base right there of moss, so he has a nice pillow, and also more substrate to root into. And let's see how he fits in here. It's not a whole lot more room, but hopefully it's just enough. I'm going to try to push him further up if I can, just because all this empty space, I want his stems to have more room to grow over the next several months and, years. So I'm trying to push him back as much as I can without, breaking anything. Knock on wood. Thank God this thing's made of wood. Got a pickup truck and a girl on my head, and I got Jesus on my necklace. I'm gonna drive on the back country road. That's every country song ever. Fight me. Fight me, bitch! Alright guys, without further ado, here he is in his new setup. Doesn't really look much different, but if we take a closer look, first of all, he's got way more room to grow. Also, look at the sides. No moss is gonna be coming out of there. And look at the top. So what I did with the top is that I just cut some of this netting. I cut a little bit more than what I needed to, and then I just kind of folded it down, and then I would cut it a little bit more until I kind of puzzle pieced it together, and then I just tucked it into the sides. So yeah, there he is, guys. I'm debating if I should clip off those ugly leaves and start over, but they do make him look very full. Look at that. I can't believe I almost sold him, guys. Oh, shame on me. So, first of all, he is a lot heavier. I'm debating if I should hang him back up or if I should put him somewhere else, because now I have the Wendy over there and he's looking really cute. I'm gonna have to think that over. But there he is, guys. He has a giant diaper on. It's kind of adorable if you look in there. He's got a big old diaper on. But that is this video, guys. Hope you liked it. And I will see you guys in the next video. This has been The Hot Mess, Plant Gay for Life. Bye-bye. Just kidding, I have to clean up all this stuff. All right, bye.